What kind of example are you setting when you're fat and obese? You bend over, you can barely tie your shoes. I can say that. I'm not putting anybody down. I can say that because I was fat when I was younger. But I lost a lot of it. Still working on a little of the midsection. But you should show an example. Not only that, but look at yourself when you're getting on an airplane and getting into a seat. You know, or other people where they got to deal with your fat hanging over the armrest. You know, don't tell me you're lazy. I hate that. You know, I got a friend, maybe more than one friend, that says, oh, I'm lazy. I say, you know what? I hate that. That's not an excuse and it's stupid. Lazy and slobs, two people I can't stand. And if you're lazy and a slob, but anyway, you know, I got my act together. I think anybody can. I mean, I was addicted to booze, drugs, and tobacco for a decade. I lost, the decade of the 80s was a cloud of smoke. I lost the whole 10 years gone. And no regrets or apologies. I pulled myself out of it. I had friends that died, either suicide or overdose. I left them all. You know, the ones that are still alive, I have no idea where they are. And I got out of the state where I was born and raised also. I didn't hate the state. I didn't dislike it. I like it. I just wanted to change of pace. The weather was a lot different than where I am now. I don't have to deal with snow and ice in the winter. And they drop that road salt and it eats out your gas and brake line. And then at the end of winter, your muffler falls off. That's not happening anymore. But anyway, you have to. I don't care if you're saying, oh, well, I'm only sleeping 5 hours a day because I'm working 3 jobs. A lot of us, you know, and a lot of us are doing the same thing. You got to find time. You know, if you're not married, especially, and don't have kids, you can find time. I mean, to me, they say, oh, there's 24 hours in the day. No, there isn't. There's 24 minus 8 hours sleep is 16. So you got 16. Say you got 17. Okay, I only need 7. Or say you only need 6. 17, 18. Say you're crazy and you only need 4. So you got 20 hours. But, you know, I'm not telling anybody what to do. These are all suggestions. Because I always hated it when people told me what to do. One of the reasons I split school early and making it on my own. And but now, you know, if anybody tries telling me what to do, I just ignore them. You know, I'm not going to get into an argument or, you know, who the hell are you to tell me blah, 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 blah. Just ignore and walk away or ignore and delete. You know, you put down whatever. You know, it doesn't matter if you're successful. Just because you're successful and you put somebody down isn't, you know, it doesn't matter. Oh, you're calling me a loser. I'm successful. You're not. It doesn't matter. You still could be an ignorant loser, a-hole, if you're successful. I've seen him on YouTube. I watch his I'm not going to say who it is, because I don't want any lawsuits, and I happen to like the guy, actually. He's a multi-millionaire, but he's ignorant. But he's got some good real estate tips. You know, and it's not using them. It's free. It's on YouTube. It's free wisdom, experience, and knowledge. Real estate. You know, there should be also, you know, people telling you about mutual funds and stocks and bonds or whatever. Because, you know, especially you youngsters, you know, I don't know if there's going to be any of that Social Security around. You know how politicians are. I don't want to get into politics, so we'll leave it at that. But, you know, I'm having a blast living. You know, you got to have a zest for life. You know, there's been ups and downs all around throughout my life, and many others. You know, I remember back in the early 90s, I went to Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, and these guys they would anybody, male, female, you would get your like a keychain if you had like an anniversary. Oh, it has 6 months or a year or 2 years, and you got up. It's like, okay, how it works. And then you just had to explain, I came to the conclusion that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I don't want, maybe these videos are starting to sound alike, but I just don't want to see anybody going down that same path. I want to see you know that you're succeeding and that you're not blowing money on unnecessary things like that vape crap. I drive for Uber and Lyft on part-time, and a couple of youngsters, they got in and they lit up that stuff without even asking if it's all right to smoke in my truck. And I didn't lose or nothing. I just turned around and I go, "You smoking that vape?" It says, "No smoking, thank you." That was it. And it stopped. Sorry, no problem. Just, now you know. I didn't, I'm not going to, I had to punch them. But anyway, I used to smoke cigarettes, but I never lit up in somebody's vehicle without asking them. I never asked in the first place. I don't think. I smoked in my own vehicle when I used to smoke, but that's a whole other story. But I've been watching some of these other channels, and some of these guys, they got to get into the responding to the haters or people putting you down, or they're obviously the bottom feeders. You're obviously at the bottom. Because I've had friends like that. Once they see you break away and start to succeed, or I don't want to do what you guys are doing, they're going to put you down. I've heard some other guy on YouTube say the same thing. They actually call you gay because they see that you're dressing in some nice clothes, because you're succeeding and you're making it known, hey, that you're, I don't know if I want to use the word clean, but that defines like everything, you're showering, you're dressing nice, you got some cologne, and you're doing all the right things. You're making all the right moves. And, you don't want to do what I did. I just, like I said, I'm starting to sound like the same videos, but I remember back in the 80s, I would go out at around 7 p.m., start getting stoned and drunk, come home at 4 a.m., sleep till noon, and then leave and just go out and do whatever. Maybe work 5-6 hours at some gas station or something. Back then, they actually had gas station attendants. And then I go party there. The whole check always went to garbage. It didn't go to any investing because I was young and stupid. And the weed made me even more stupid. And you people that are doing it, don't fool yourself. Don't kid yourself. It is making you stupid. It's setting you back. You're not going anywhere, but backwards. I have friends that are still doing the same thing we used to do when we were 25. Drive long distance for concerts, 5-6 hours to see a band. All the bands that I used to go follow, most of the guys are dead. And not only that, even if they weren't dead, I probably still wouldn't be doing it anymore, because I'm doing different things now. These guys, and then they get pissed off at me when I say I'm not doing that. Ridiculous. Then they get pissed off at me and start speaking their stupid, unintelligible jargon. I'm like, dude, you were good dudes to hang out with, but now it's like, this is ridiculous. One of the guys, he smoked cigarettes and reefer for so long, he ended up having one of his lungs removed. And because the other friend of mine, this was a while ago, about 5 years ago, he sent me a picture of him in the hospital. I said, "What happened to him?" He says, "Oh, he's having trouble breathing. They got to remove one of his lungs." Wow, good luck with that. And then about 2 or 3 years before that, he ended up getting a nasty divorce. His wife, I remember they went in, they got a new house, because they had a small house, then they had a custom built home. And what ended up happening was she ended up kicking him out, because she said that her father made the down payment and it's his name or something. I forgot what it was, but he ended up leaving. And she ended up keeping the house. It was an all right house. It's still in the other state where I used to be. And But, you know, I don't hold anything against those guys. I don't hate them or anything. It's like, you know, I wish you the best. It's too bad that you can't pull yourself out of it, you know? I mean, the one of them's living with an alcoholic chick. He had her sign over the house in his name because he knows she's going to be dead in a few years from alcoholism. And she signed it over to him, which was actually surprising. But, you know, maybe that might have been a wake-up call. You know, I mean, I don't want to say significant other, but it's her boyfriend, my friend. You know, it's terrible. I love living alone. I really do. You know, no BS. Thinking about getting a couple of dogs because I love dogs. And I've been with all different types of women. One night stands, which I didn't care. You know, or last girl I was with was friend with benefits. I was surprised she actually agreed to it, but it turned out to be garbage. Now I'm working on another one at the gym. But anyway, live life to its fullest, man. You know, I was telling my father the other day, you know, I live every day like it's my last. He goes, well, I wouldn't go to that extreme. I said, why not? I could die any day now. I could leave my house right now, get out my truck in a semi or some drunk, slam into me, and I'm gone. That's it. Done. Done. But anyway, I'll leave the relationship stuff to Rich Cooper channel, Entrepreneurs in Cars, and who else likes to get into that stuff? Oh, the Men Need to Be Heard channel. If you want to check that channel out, that goes to some nice extreme about relationships. I'm not getting into that. You know, I'm not going to say if I agree or disagree. You know, it obviously does go both ways, and they're obviously two-way street, but men always get screwed and women always get away with murder, and I'll leave it at that. And don't tell me that it ain't the truth. But anyway, I hope you're doing great wherever you are. And that sucks that what's happening out in LA, Los Angeles. That is BS. I hope it's going good wherever you are on the planet. And shoot me a message. Let me know where you are. Say hello or whatever. Even if it's in your own language. I don't care. You know, anywhere on the planet. I want to know what's going on over there. What's the economy like? What are the leaders? Is it, you know, freedom or is it communism? You know, what's going on? You having a good time? Just be speaking of, and just be kind and nice to people no matter what, you know, because you know you're going to run into a lot of jerks. Most people, though, are pretty cool, you know, and I just ignore them. You know, if I run into anybody that gives me a problem, it rarely ever happens. Maybe they see that I'm not offering any BS, so they don't give, you know, but because I remember, you know, I'm not going to get into it. So anyway, but don't, you know, just don't take any S from anybody, especially if you like go to a car dealership or if you go to a car dealership to look at a car, bring a mechanic and a lawyer and maybe a weapon. No, I'm joking. Don't bring a weapon, but you know, check out other car dealership channels. I forgot the guy's name that used to work at a Chevy Dude. I think that's his name. He gives some valuable advice on that, you know, because they are snakes. The salesman, the salesman's manager, and the C woman that's the give you a loan, the loan office, or it's called something else, I think, I can't remember. But anyway, you know, once you get screwed, if you know afterward and it's done, don't ever do it again. What's that saying? Fool me once, your fault. Fool me twice, my fault. Something like that. But just get out and live, and don't worry about anything, and don't get stressed about anything. I'm telling you. This life is a great experience. I remember reading something about Neil Peart. He said, the drummer for Rush, phenomenal band. He said something about how can anybody be bored? How can anybody be bored in life when there's so much to do and this is so beautiful and everything? He rode his motorcycle across America after his wife died, and his daughter died the previous year. Imagine going through that. We're going through people going through in Los Angeles. Your house is gone. You still got to pay property tax, insurance, and mortgage. And thinking about all the other businesses that affected, if their business isn't burned down, like landscapers, all those rich people's big homes you had, those huge contracts, gone. Power washing homes, gone. What other businesses, if you didn't burn down, but those were your clients or your friends, gone. And now there's all these conspiracy theories about what happened. Whatever. You know, after all these years on this planet so far, it's like it's all I can say is whatever. When things like that happen. I gotta watch for my exit up here now before I pass it. So it's been great talking to you. And hopefully some people will start watching my videos because you're great. You'll remain excellent if you just listen to some of the stuff that Tom has to say. Have a good one. Bye.